Welcome back to the special holiday recipes edition of Talk of the Town. Daisy King has a trio of mouth-watering desserts. I can't wait to jump in. They look so good.
Oh, thank you. Well, I couldn't decide which to prepare on the air because they're all so wonderful during this holiday season. But I decided to do a Nutty gingerbread cake.
That sounds yummy.
Well, it's a little bit different, and it has a bread consistency, so it's dense. But it's wonderful, and we're going to make a caramel sauce. We're going to talk about one to go with it. So let's get started.
Okay.
First of all, you're going to mix together, this is a cup of butter and a cup and a half of granulated sugar. Okay. We're going to beat that until it's a little bit frothy. Okay. And because this recipe is going to take you about 7, 8, 10 minutes at home to prepare, we're going to cut through some of the steps. So then next we are going to add our 4 beaten eggs, and you can add these one at a time if you're at home.
I have just lost a beater.
Well,
this happens at home all the time, doesn't it?
All right, well, I've got a spoon if the beater won't go in. So we're going to add the eggs one at a time, or for sake of time today,
I think we'll do it with the spoon.
We're going to add 2 at a time. Okay, Meryl, you start.
Want me to do that? And you can add.
And then we'll add the last 2. Oh, yeah. So this is live TV. So
we're working off a few calories here.
All right, then we want to add our cup and a half of dark molasses, and oh my gosh.
Oh boy, that's going to make it really wonderful.
I could not, well, I was licking this every time I would pour some in. And these are our basically butter, sugar, and our liquid ingredients. And then we're going to add our dry ingredients alternatively, mixing a little bit at the time. And I have already poured into this bowl about 3½ cups of all-purpose flour. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of soda, 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice, and a teaspoon of ginger. And we're going to stir that up and then add just a little bit at a time. And you know something, Meryl, I was thinking that'd be real pretty. You're going to bake this in a 350-degree oven, 45 to 50 minutes, in a 12 to 15 cup bundt pan. And the recipe tells you to add the nuts at the very end, but I think it would be kind of fun to just put the nuts in the bottom of your pan and then pour the batter over it. Then the nuts would be on the top.
That'd be pretty, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'd do a butterscotch rum cake like that. Now, once again, because of our time limitations, we'll incorporate some of this, but it takes time even when you've got a mixer.
So you're going to do just a little at a time.
Yeah, it's a cake made from scratch. And as I said, it's dense, it's thick. And if you have some leftovers after your family's enjoyed the cake, you can also make a bread pudding with it.
Yum.
All right.
That sounds great. So you get the idea. And how long are we cooking this?
45 to 50 minutes in a 350-degree oven. And here are the pecans. And when we finish adding, after the show, when we finish adding the rest of our flour, we will add the pecans. And the caramel sauce, or a toffee sauce that I have made already, is, of course, the butter and the sugar and some vanilla, and it has some whipping cream in it. And, oh, it's wonderful.
It looks terrific. So that's going to go on top.
And if you want to fudge a little bit, it's you know, I carried the Stonewall Kitchen line of products at the market. They got some great toffee caramel sauces. And then after you slice your gingerbread to your guest liking, top it with this sauce and add a little whipped cream on top.
That looks fabulous.
And
I'm looking at the cheesecake too. That's an eggnog cheesecake?
Eggnog cheesecake. And what a great way to use leftover eggnog. You know, if you're like me, you start drinking it when it comes out in October, or make it, and you do it through the end of the year. So it's your basic cheesecake with the cream cheese and the vanilla and the eggs and the cream and the eggnog, and then I've topped it with some fresh raspberries, a traditional graham cracker crust, but won't you add some coconut to it?
That's beautiful. Tell me about this pie too.
It is a sweet potato buttermilk pie. You know, buttermilk pies are so in right now. So I decided to do a sweet potato buttermilk, and coming from Georgia with the pecans, I had to add a few of those. So I've got my state represented here. And they're great. You can make them, freeze them, store them in your refrigerator, and use them all through the holiday season.
I just can't wait to dig in. They all look terrific. You can look for today's holiday cooking show recipes online at newschannel5.com in the Talk of the Town recipes section. Daisy, thank you so much.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Can't wait.